Hello, friend. Welcome. Carm Capriato here, episode 509 of Remarkable Results Radio. Now, this episode is something different than what we've consistently been offering to you for 5 years now. It's a nice change-up. We're going inside a custom auto restoration school and workshop and learn what this custom car builder, Jack Weaver, teaches and how he is training future custom hot rod builders.
Kind of structured it the way I did. That way they can further their career after they leave here to go focus on one thing, and be a master at that. Or if they want to do it all, they can do it all too.
Welcome, aftermarketers, to Remarkable Results Radio. Listen to learn just one thing from today's episode on your journey to remarkable results. Hey, welcome, Carm Capriato, the Automotive Aftermarket Podcast guy. Hey, thanks for being here. Welcome to the world of custom car building. Please share this with a friend. Hey, don't forget we produce 3 different aftermarket shows each week, and you'll need to subscribe to each one of them just once. And yes, they are free to subscribe and listen to. Go to a special page, remarkableresults.biz/listen, to get the scoop and the links to subscribe on your smart device. Go there from either your smart device or your desktop. Hey, have you signed up for the 2020 Napa Expo? If you are a Napa Auto Care or are considering it, please set your sights on being at the 2020 Napa Expo. Join Napa in Las Vegas, April 6th through 9th, 2020, and discover the latest innovations in the auto care industry and get some of the best training you'll ever get. Now contact your Napa store to learn more, and I will see you there. And with Jack Weaver, a custom car builder of 25 plus years, owner of Acme Chop Shop in Grand Junction, Colorado, and Jack is teaching the art of custom auto restoration at Kustom Built Cars. That's custom with a K. It's a hot rod and restoration workshop, and we'll be talking about how his shop was built and what drove him to start a class to teach custom car restoration. It's a 5-month course made up mostly of young students that starts with the bones of a classic vehicle right up to its sale. It's a great idea on how to pass the passion for classic cars to new generations. The first class built a hot rod truck from start to finish during the 5-month hands-on program, and then they sold the truck and the money goes back into the program. Learn about Jack Weaver's commitment to the success of his students and classic rebuilding. Hey, see this episode's talking points at remarkableresults.biz/E509. Jack's site is kustombuiltcars.com, and that is custom with a K, kustombuiltcars.com. Hey, the students who leave Jack's program, he says, are excited about the industry and are very trainable for potential employers. Now, that's a plus. Hey, warm welcome to Jack Weaver from Kustom Built Cars. Oh my, I can't wait to tell you all about this hot rod restoration workshop out in Grand Junction, Colorado. Hello, Jack.
How you doing?
I'm terrific, man. I am great. I find out about the hot rod restoration workshop. Now, I'm not a hot rod guy, but I know my listener would absolutely love to hear about this. And I hope we've got them curious as all get out. Now, you started your own hot rod shop 10 years ago, right, Jack?
Yeah.
And you evolved. You basically said, hey, I got nobody to work for me. What's going on here? I can't find anybody. Is that right?
That's exactly it. As time evolved and I needed more help, I started having more and more trouble finding people to do what I do and to help me do what I do. Well, what I started out doing was teaching kids how to do it. That way I could hire them on. And it kind of evolved from there. Before too long, I was like, why don't I do this on a larger scale? Once I had a full crew, I was like, I can bring kids in here and teach them. That way there's more people out there in the world, whether they're from my town or wherever, just to pass on, because everywhere I went to different car shows and events and whatnot, I heard the same thing, that shops couldn't find qualified help or people that were interested in it.
So you did your inaugural workshop in order to prove this concept, right?
Yep. I started off on weekends doing little weekend workshops and whatnot, and then it evolved into this 5-month program that we have now.
5 months. We stay there? We stay in a hotel? How's it work?
Yeah. We try to help the kids out. It's generally, it's kids that are fresh out of high school and whatnot that want to get into this industry. And we help them with, we match them up if they want to. They do the short-term rentals and whatnot. One kid brought out an RV and stayed in an RV, stuff like that.
Do you project that any, adults, and I don't mean, you say kids, and I understand they're adults, but they're very, very young in the industry, probably have zero experience. You ever see any 20-something or 30-somethings maybe come through the class?
I would like to. As of right now, all the interest has been definitely kids that are fresh out of high school, 18 to 20 years old.
Sorry, and in 5 months, Jack, what the heck do you cover?
What we do is we build a hot rod truck from start to finish. What I kind of picked out was the 47 to 54 Chevrolet truck. They're popular. You can buy a lot of parts for them, aftermarket and whatnot. And that's the one that we chose to do just because of that reason. You can get all the parts and everything for it. And then you can get rid of it too when you're done.
I can imagine that in order to fund this whole thing, you got to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that money, we sell it and it goes back into the program to help fund the next one.
Did you have any problem selling the first one that you ever did?
This is the first one that we've done with the 5-month program that we just finished up about, a month ago.
Yeah. Is it still for sale?
It is. And we're going to take it to auction, I believe, is what we're going to do. We want to show it off a little bit first. We're going to take it around to a few places and let the kids come that built it, and that way they can show it off and show people what they done and what they learned in the 5-month period.
It's a cool idea. I love it. I mean, you've got your inaugural class, you've got your inaugural vehicle, and I like your strategy, your marketing strategy. Let's not sell this thing right away, because this really has, it's got some meaning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want the kids to be proud of what they did too, and to be able to show it off. And they've got to show it off a little bit locally, and that was a big boost for them when they left here a couple weeks ago to go back home to where they're from. They were really amped up to go work on cars and do that. And that's what I want. I want to hype these kids up and get them out there in the industry.
How does a person that graduates from your program in 5 months build a resume and go out and shop it? Are you going to help them figure out?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll give them a recommendation and whatnot, and tell them what their strong points were and everything. And it's just like anything. It'll take time for you to hone your craft, but they definitely got the foundation down to where they could make somebody a good hand. It's going to take a little bit of time, but they are definitely. It's better than having somebody walk in off the street and say, "Hey, I'll start off sweeping the floor or whatever." Because me as a shop owner, I get that every week. People come in and they're like, well, I want to learn how to do this. And, but I'll start off sweeping the floors and work my way up. And financially, as a shop owner, that's tough to do. You can't just take in everybody like that. When
you look at the class, Jack, this first graduating class of yours, how many were there?
There were 4.
There were 4 to start with. God bless you for 4. I mean, that's great for just to start. When you look back at that class, do you think all of them are going to work in the restoration industry?
They all seem to want to.
Okay.
I hope that they would, but, we'll see. They all had their own little niche that they really liked about it. So all I can do is hope, and we'll see where it goes.
You talked to me a while back as I was so curious about your entire program, and you said, my God, Carm, we're going to teach them rust repair, metal work, body work, basic suspension, basic electricity. I mean, everything that it takes, because in most cases, you got to take that stuff apart and put it back together, right?
Yep, absolutely. They learned a little bit of everything, and it was all hands-on too. This truck that they built, it's a nice truck, and I'm proud of them for what they did in the 5-month period. Everybody sees it, they love it, and every aspect of it, they got their hands dirty on, and they did probably 98% of the work. I'd say I was right there every day helping them, but they definitely did most of the work.
Did you do most of the instruction?
Yeah, I did almost all of the instruction. We had a gentleman come in that taught some welding for a few hours one day, and besides that, yeah, it's I have a guy in my shop that's real fluent on the newer LS engines and whatnot, and he did the real basically a tear down of an LS, a rebuild of it and back together and whatnot with them. Everybody.
I see. So the workshop's inside your restoration business.
Yep. So they get to see how the actual hot rod shop works too. And I thought that would be a big benefit for them. That way they know what to expect when they go to work at a shop someplace. That way they know what they're going to be around and everything. And all the other guys are busy doing their thing and they can kind of, see how it works.
Does the industry look at you, Jack, and say, my God, man, this is such a lost art. Thank you for doing this?
I would like to think that they do, because it is getting to be a lost art, and I just want to keep it alive. I want to see when I'm 70 years old, kids out there doing this.
What's your background?
Construction, actually.
Really?
Heavy equipment is what I started out doing. Yeah, in the oil field and whatnot. I've always had a passion for hot rods. My dad was a hot rod builder and stuff. When growing up, he always had cars and taught me. And so I worked on them at nights and on the weekends and stuff like that, and that's how I came about it.
So you basically learned from the bottom up, hanging out with your dad.
Yep.
And you've been at the restoration business for 10 years now?
10 years for the public, yeah. And then before that, it was always for myself. And then people started seeing the cars I was building, and they're like, hey, you want to sell that? And I was at a point where, maybe I should sell this and build another one. That'll give me something, money for another one I want to build. And then it kind of hit me, maybe I should start doing this for the public.
You were telling me that Wyotech shut their doors, and that was kind of, if you will, a sign that says you got to do this?
Yeah. I had been putting this program together for a while, and I was working on the 5-month one, and then I heard that they had shut their doors, and I was like, wow, maybe that's the calling for me to do this. And Wyotech's, they do a lot larger scale and a bunch of different things compared to what I'm doing here. But when I heard that, I was like, that's just going to make the industry that much harder to find, people that know how to do this, that are going to school to do it,
right?
If they're not doing it. And then I heard recently that they actually were going to open their doors back up in Wyoming only this time.
Okay.
So hopefully they do, because like I said, we need these hands-on, kids learning this stuff to go out there in the real world and do it.
How many classes, workshops like this are available throughout the U.S., Jack?
I haven't heard of any that's doing what I do here, to do a vehicle from start to finish and every little aspect of it, to where they can, to figure out what they want to do. Maybe the thing of it is when you're going to go out there into the world, right? Do you want to be a painter, or do you want to be a metal fab guy, or electrician, or, just a body man? This here gives them an idea of what they like and what they don't like. And that's why I, kind of structured it the way I did. That way they can, further their career after they leave here to go focus on one thing, and be a master at that. Or if they want to do it all, they can do it all too.
Look back at the class. Was there any one area that they absolutely loved? Was it, painting, bodywork, metal, chassis? Any idea?
They all kind of like their own little things. There's one kid that was a high school welder. He did the USA Skills deal and whatnot, and went to the championships for that. And he was really, really big into welding and fab. But he got in there and did the bodywork and everything too. He liked that. And then there was another kid that worked weekends and whatnot at a body shop back in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so he was really into the paint. I think he wants to be a painter is what he wants to be. And the other guys, they just all like their own little things. The one kid from the Seattle area, he really liked the body filler and the metal work.
Hey, it's Carm here to tell you about the best shop management solution for your auto care center, Trax Enterprise. Now, since Napa introduced Trax in 1989, it's been the industry's leading shop management system out there. Today, Trax Enterprise offers even more of the features auto care center owners want, things like a powerful interactive scheduling calendar, faster and streamlined workflow, multi-shop capabilities, easy pay consumer financing integration, and more. That means you can count on Trax Enterprise to help drive your success today and well into the future. The tabbed interface lets you open and view multiple estimates, ROs, invoices, and purchase orders, all at the same time. You can even place windows side by side, over or under, or drag a tab from another application outside Trax to open another window. One auto care center owner said he loves being able to have 10 to 12 work orders open at once. Enterprise also offers a Microsoft Outlook type calendar so you can view daily, weekly, and monthly schedules, drag and drop appointments between days and times, and block time to indicate length of work. Punch out to Mitchell Pro Demand is another huge benefit. It provides embedded labor, part, maintenance, and fluid capacities that can be transferred to estimates and repair orders within Trax. Trax Enterprise also streamlines parts ordering. Just one click and it's done. The mobile capture app sold another auto care owner on Trax Enterprise. He said there's no reason to write VINs by hand anymore. You can decode the VIN from a mobile device and send all the information directly to Trax. There are reporting features too. For example, with just a couple of clicks, you can find out how many repair orders you've written in a month. Talk to your Napa Auto Parts store and find out more about what Trax Enterprise can do for you, plus the hundreds of other great things the Auto Care program has to offer. How are you going to market the program?
I'm just winging it. We're trying to get the word spread to everybody and let them see what we're doing and see how the first one went. And we're working on the second one right now to start it here in a few months. And we're just going to keep pushing and spread the word.
When will class number
we went
two?
to SEMA and we've been to SEMA for 2 years in a row now and had for education day there.
Okay.
And that's a really cool thing that SEMA puts on.
Oh, yeah.
They bring all the high school kids in and let them kind of check out the different things in the industry that they might want to do and whatnot. So that's a way of we're spreading the word. And then, of course, Instagram, Facebook, and all that.
Jack, say it's 5 years down the road, you've graduated a ton of people. Are you going to keep in touch with them and find out what's going on? Because is that part of the marketing value of the class?
Yep. And when these kids left here, the first thing I told them was, let me know where you guys are looking to go and end up. And I can, if I hear of a shop needing help, I can give you a referral to there. Anywhere you guys go that I don't know, let them call me. And I want to stay in touch with all of them. That way we can see how they progress and where they end up.
I find this so interesting that you graduated four. There are four very unique individuals inside the industry that have gone through this workshop, and they can start a career. And in order to find the right kind of job, they may have to move. Are they okay picking up roots and going wherever they got to go?
I guess that's just life. That's the way a lot of that is. If you want a job bad enough, you're going to have to travel for it, no matter what industry you're in. I think that's just the way things are. And hopefully, if that's what they want to do, they will. A few of them are from a big enough area to where I think they could find something probably within 50 or 75 miles of their hometown, to where, the California area or all the way up into the Seattle area, those are pretty populated. And I would say that there's a lot of things around like that there.
Boy, Jack, are we going to lose all our classic cars someday? I mean, do we look in 25 or 30 years and ask ourselves, where'd they go?
Oh, yeah, they're getting fewer and fewer out there every week. You used to be able to go out and find them on, people's backyards and street corners, and they're disappearing. The fixer-upper ones. I think that with the way it's going, for too long, they're all going to be fixed up and in somebody's garage someplace. And that's going to be probably the only way they'll be able to get them.
So it may dry up what you're saying.
Yeah, well, not necessarily dry up, because I think that after you drive them enough, they're going to need to be rebuilt and fixed up.
Would you mind giving us an idea of what it would cost to go to the class?
The 5-month course is $19,500 is what it costs. And that's, basically 35 to 40 hours a week for the 5-month period. We do offer some scholarships and whatnot to the kids that can't afford it. And we're hoping to get, honestly, I'd like to be able to where we didn't have to charge at all, to have enough funding and whatnot out there from people helping out the industry, to where we could just teach these kids and not have to charge. It's but we got to pay for all the parts and the roof over our head.
No, I get it. You find a restoration shop who's looking for someone who's willing to say, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $10,000 to go there." As long as you come out, I don't know if you grade them or not. I'm not sure of that.
Yeah, we do. And if they don't have something down, we go back over it until they get it figured out.
Got it. They got to learn it. And then they come back and they work X amount of years in the restoration shop. And what a heck of an arrangement you could have with the business world out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It can benefit, the whole industry, no matter what direction they want to go, whether it's paint and body or fab or welding or anything, because everywhere I've talked to, they have trouble finding people that are either interested in it or that have any knowledge of it.
Learn anything from this past session that you'll change next session?
Oh yeah, there's always something you're going to learn. Okay. There's all sorts of little things that I'll remember, and you really just you'd have to be there to see what's going on. It's pretty cool.
I'm so impressed. 9 months ago, you had this fleeting idea. You graduated your first. You're a restoration expert. You're graduating young men and women into the industry. That's entrepreneurialism right there, Jack. You get a lot of credit for that.
Well, thank you.
How do we get in touch with you?
You can just CustomBuiltCars.com is the easiest way. You go there and there's a phone number on there, and you fill out an application and whatnot. And it goes through and tells how it's structured and what you learn in the 5-month program. Excellent.
And if we wanted to get in touch with you because we would love to consider a student someday, can they also get in contact with you on the website too?
Absolutely.
CustomBuiltCars.com.
That's spelled with a K.
With a K. Great. The 53 Chev, that was your first project, right?
Yep.
Is that pictured on your website?
Yeah. You could go on Instagram or Facebook and see the project as it evolved all the way. It's pretty amazing. I even took them with me to pick it up on the trailer out in the middle of the hills, and they helped load it up and everything. We brought it back to the shop and tore it down. Every aspect of it, they got to get their hands dirty.
I love that whole part. I mean, that is really cool to hear. That's total grassroots right there, right?
Right, exactly.
I love it. Well, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm happy for you. I think this is an exciting thing. Jack Weaver from Kustom Built Cars down in Grand Junction, Colorado. Anything else we should know, Jack?
No, just check us out on social media or the internet, and give us a like and follow us and see what we got going on. It's pretty amazing, and we're looking forward to the next turnout and teaching more kids how to do this.
Oh, by the way, when does the next class start?
It's going to be in March.
Excellent. Hey, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, Carm. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being on board to listen and learn from the premier automotive aftermarket podcast. Until next time.